Monopoly Chance. Yes, look at that, a mini board with cards, and there's chance. But I mean, which I think is ironic. It's almost as if they don't realize that Monopoly is a game of chance. But let's take a look. It says plays in about 20 minutes. In this game, there's a board, but the board itself doesn't really, you don't move around the board. Instead, you're going to have a deck of cards. On your turn, you roll a die. If you roll the question mark, you'll draw a chance card, which will do something randomly, and you'll roll again. But eventually, you'll get a number. So let's say I roll a 6. That means I can draw up to 6 cards from my deck. So you're going to be drawing, and there's a lot of money cards in your deck. If you draw a bankrupt, though, you bust. There's 4 of these in your deck. So you can stop anytime you want. When you stop, you'll take the numbers that are on these, and you can place them on the board as long as it's higher than a number already there. So I have a 9 million. I might place that one here. I might place the 5 here, and the 6 here. That means I'm winning those spots. But someone else might play a higher number than me later on. When all the spots are filled up at the end of a round, when they're all filled up, the round will end, and players are going to take the building that they're winning and put them here. The first person to get to this arrow is going to win. So getting these bigger buildings like Boardwalk will help you get there faster, but if you also get the same building twice of the same color, you'll get a bonus little building that can be added to this. There's other cards that are in your deck. There's a lucky break. If you draw that, you can cancel a bankrupt. Flip 2, you can save this card and play it on someone else to draw 2 more cards. The playing piece of your card, you put this on one of the corners and you can do whatever it says, like play a card from your discard pile, your draw pile, put a card in any property, which will let me, put a card on top of something that I normally couldn't put one on, or remove a card from the board. And then there's these nope cards, which will cancel someone else going on your property. And then these chance cards, which could make you lose a turn, things like that. These are kind of the wildest card of the deck. But like I said, once someone fills their board up to this thing, the game is over and that person wins. Okay, the time length for this is 20 minutes, but it could be closer to 30. It all depends. I like this game. I wasn't expecting to like a Monopoly game because the last 5 Monopoly games have all been terrible. Bad. They're just awful. Now, this one has a few problems with it. The chance cards are awful. I would almost eliminate those from the game, I think. Like the one that says, make the next person lose a turn. What? Come on. That doesn't even affect you. It's like the next person loses a turn. In this game, turns are fun. And also the one that makes you shuffle all the bankrupts back in the deck. That's not fun if you draw your bankrupts quickly, because that happens sometimes. Like the first cards are bankrupt. On the next turn, the first cards are bankrupt. In the normal game, not a big deal, because that means as I go through my deck now, I have less bankrupts. That's interesting. That's a cool thing. So those chance cards are just trash. So other than that, though, I enjoyed it. I give it a 7 because it's fast. The pieces are good. You stack them in a row. I like that. I like the idea of putting the money on top of each other. It reminds me of an older game from the same company, eBay, the electronic game, where you put bids on top of each other. I would have had maybe smaller cards, and I feel like this game could be a really good game with some development I've done to it. But it's inoffensive, it's fast, it's interesting, and if you like Monopoly, it's a nice spin-off of it. So definitely I was surprised by my enjoyment of this one.